Why, hello everyone. Good to see you. Paul Tranny here, and welcome to today's Design Masterclass, where we cover all things in design. Largely I will use Illustrator. Sometimes I'll jump into other apps, but this is like just a fun day where I could actually jump into, say, Dimension or After Effects. That's the short of it. But hello, Sam. Hello, Carol. How's everybody doing today? We're going to talk about color today, which is, again, something, to be honest with you, I've been struggling with this week, right? Color. It's been kind of tricky, you know, and I think my opinion on color has changed over the years as well. So hopefully it's warm where you are. Hi, Paul. It's 71, expecting 85 today. Oh, Carol, you're just bragging, aren't you? Color. Is this a lack of color that I'm showing right now? No, actually, it's not, you know? Because black is a color and so is white. Okay, so that's kind of like a trick question. But we're going to deal with color. We're going to have some fun today. And yes, color can be a tricky one. Some people use color. Some people are really good at using color as the star of the show, the star of their design. But one thing it shouldn't be done is just added as an afterthought. So always use color with purpose. That's the short of it. And we're going to have some fun. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I could probably open up just a browser, and I guess it doesn't tell me. It used to tell me the. I was going to Adobe Stock. Let's close some of these. Color theory. Again, I want to talk about color theory, so I just did some quick searches. A lot of times you'll get this color wheel when we talk about color. But again, we can go to color.adobe.com. and check out the color wheel there. But it's more than just that, folks. I want to know, like, what your color is. I think it's fun. Like, what color are you? What color speaks to color, describes you? I'm just kind of curious, right? Like, you guys have a signature color, anyone? I'm just kind of curious. You have a signature? Anyone? I'm just kind of curious. Just to get the conversation going. Yeah, let me know. I think everybody kind of has a signature color. Mine happens to be, and it may seem kind of boring, but it's blue. Typically not this type of blue, as we can see right here. Kind of lead more toward that teal blue as I change this in good old Illustrator, you know, make it even cooler. But again, that's my signature color, just so you know. Depends on your mood. Yeah, Jennifer Poole nailed it. That's the thing. It's like, you know what? I am many things throughout the day. Okay, in the morning I'm probably blue. Then I have some coffee and then I turn into red. Okay, and then probably in the evening I kind of calm down to like a green. So. Michelle's color blue but wear red a lot. That's fascinating. So again, we're going to talk about color and really what we could do with color. In fact, right in here, since we're talking about color, let's just go ahead and make sort of a color diagram. I'm going to do this really fast. We'll just take the rectangle tool, draw out a bar. Let's go ahead and drag it up here, maybe drag it up here. We'll make this one at the top white. We'll make this one right here a rainbow, but down. There you go. Okay, so with those three, take those three, and you know what? Let's use the blend tool on them. Blend. 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 There we are. Double click on the blend tool and change this to specified steps. We'll do like 30, right? If you hit tab, by the way, you don't have to close the dialog every time. Just hit tab and you'll be good. But here's basically sort of a color chart that you typically get. We could do 60, so doubling that, we're going to smooth that out a lot, obviously, right? So again, just made basically what we had right up here. Just made this pretty easy using the blend tool, and of course we can always go in. That actually does not look like a true white, and it's not. Let's crank that up. There we go. You guys get the idea. What's up, Afroja? Oh, Nico, your favorite is orange. So color is interesting. We're talking about sort of like what color you are, and honestly, like what color like represents you, and color does have meaning. We have all this psychology around color, which is pretty fascinating as well, right? So here's like the psychology of color. You can dig this up anywhere, by the way. I just kind of copied and pasted this from the web, and we can kind of review it, but it's pretty straightforward. But it's interesting that color actually means something different in different cultures. So somebody mentioned yellow, orange, like those mean different things to different people in different places. But universally, we try to say, you know what, red kind of says danger. You know what? Red, like blood red, that doesn't sound good, right? But it also means excitement and energy, right? So I might consider using red or a shade of red. Maybe I don't want to be that aggressive with my red, right? We can go ahead and tone it down, right? So we can add a shade. If we add something to the side here, we'll take that red again, and we're adding a tint. So now we have a tint and a shade of red, right? And here's our true red in the middle. So obviously there's plenty of ranges in here. All right. Yeah, what color is everybody's parachute? That's an old book, which I never did. All right, so orange, energy, optimism. What places do you see like a lot of orange? And this again could have a number of ranges. So we could add different hues to it as well. Let's kind of move these to the side, just trying to show the color ranges. We'll dip that more into red, right? It looks actually more like a gold, to be honest with you. And then we'll dip that more into like a yellow. It's kind of actually where it's at now. Okay, I would say this is actually more of a gold and not quite an orange. So let's change that a little bit. But I think it's cool. Whoever said that they liked orange, I'm into it, right? So where do we see these colors? Energy, optimism, fun. Like what logos? What logo do you think of when you look at these? Well, I think of McDonald's, right? So we could pretty much say most establishments, restaurants. Restaurants is always one of those words that I almost always fail in spelling. Or I could put it over here, right? Restaurants. I'm surprised I spelled that right. It took me years. Is that even right? You like my shirt? Well, thank you so much. I was feeling, energetic this morning, I guess. I was talking about color. Let's throw on the red shirt. Right, but again, restaurants are often this, because this means it's like hot and fresh, all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab a logo. We have a number of things to do, by the way. I'm not just going to talk about this the whole time. We have like some logos that we're going to play with color, and then we have illustrations that I'm going to work with as well. I was working on this last week, but how can we like actually apply this? Because this means nothing to me right now until we get down to applying it, to be honest with you. Yellow, happiness, attention, warmth. So if you want to bring attention to something, make something yellow. When it's combined with black, right, it will quickly command attention. So what happens when I throw a little black in here? Oh, MasterCard. There we go. MasterCard as well. Oh, good job, Sam. That's a good example. But here we have yellow. And again, that's a really yellowy yellow. But it commands attention. So you'll see warning signs, right? And let's just jump in here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab, how would you make a warning sign? Take the star tool, click once, give it 3 sides, click OK. There it is, right? So we can quickly make our warning sign like I'm doing right now. Okay, curve that in, zoop. There we go. Sure enough, we'll make that black. And increase that size. You guys get the idea. Also, cabs. You're in New York City or whatever place still even has cabs. Cabs would be yellow and black because they command attention. Okay. Great question. Nico is want to be a graphic designer, but I feel like university won't help me much. Should I go anyway? You're doing industrial design at uni. It honestly just depends on who you ask. You have people that actually skip university or don't go to college, if you will. I personally, I went to art school, and what it did is it showed me the why. It gave me the reason of why I did what I was doing before. So yes, I considered myself an artist and an illustrator, but it told me why I was using green in some places and why not. So it is really helpful to understand why you do what you do and help to improve what you do. So as long as you're learning, I don't care where you get that degree or get that education, just so you know. But I know for me, when I would hire people, when I worked at agencies, I would actually hire college graduates because that told me they knew how to finish assignments on time. That's what it basically did. If you got straight A's in college, you knew how to hit assignments. So I had trust in knowing that they could get their assignments done. That's all. Green, nature, blues. Guess what? Blue? Whose favorite color is blue? Let's just jump in here really fast. What, a good 40% of the population's favorite color is blue. So about 40% of the people out there, their favorite color is blue. What does it mean? Stability. What do we think of when we see blue? We think of the sky, right? Beautiful sky on one side, right? As I kind of change that a little bit. What about the other side? Switch it over to the other side. Starts to look more like, say, water, right? So again, anytime we have blue skies and we can see water, like our lizard brain, if you will, says, oh, this is good. When I see blue, oh, that means water or clear skies and no storm. So it's fascinating. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Even better. I love that as well. So yellow and black bees. Bees, yikes. Bees, beware. Beware. Maybe that's what we'll do. Beware. There we go. Haha. We're being funny. All right, into it. Afroja, I love all the hearts. Oh, you're nailing it. All the colors are beautiful. Purple is the color, by the way, that I don't think gets used enough, right? What does it actually stand for? And by the way, as I go back to blue, relaxation, think of IBM as a classic example, right? Classic blue, that was the color last year. That was the Pantone color of the year because we just wanted stability. Especially in the US, we just said stability, okay? What were the colors this year? Do you guys remember? And by the way, I realize I'm not giving you enough time to respond, but tell me if you know what the colors, the Pantone color or colors of the year this year are. Would be cool. Scuba diving blue, oh yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, thank you. Going over psychology of the color. Beware. Okay. Purple is luxury. So purple, the color purple was really hard to make back in the day. And I don't know what plant we used to make purple, but it was really hard to find and hard to make things purple. So if you could afford to have a purple garment, you were rich. Okay, so that's what that means. That's how this ended up being like luxury, right? Because purple was hard to make, hard to come by. And I'm surprised, honestly, that we don't use it more often, right? Boom! Oh, Michelle nails it. Yes, color of the year this year, right? So we'll go up here. Color of the year, we'll take yellow, zoop, and gray. And the gray is like a light gray. So this says excitement, and this says calm. I know I'm going on many tangents, but I think this is so worth it. I'm going to come back to this when I start talking about color combinations. Okay, it's huge. But let's get back down to purple. We talked about black, power, sophistication, mystery. It's a good go-to color. Whose car isn't black? Freaking, you know what? Be unique. Throw some color in there, huh? By the way, I realize most of my wardrobe is black and gray. So I am contradicting myself. White is cleanliness, health, innocence. Did you know, by the way, random trivia, people think that all these Renaissance statues that they made, you think of, oh, it's like a white statue to indicate purity. But no, they were painted. They were typically painted some fun, bright colors and were pretty unique. They had some pop to them. But the paint obviously wore away, and then they would just make them white because it was easier to maintain just a white than any color. So I just think that's random. What color do you wear at a wedding? In Western cultures, you wear white. What colors do you wear in say China? For when you get married, you wear black. Okay, so that's the difference, obviously. So we'll flip these two. It's the exact opposite. And when there's a funeral if you're in China, you go to a funeral, the color you wear is going to be white. So those are reversed because they mean different things to different people and different cultures. Oh, there we go, Michelle. Most of your wardrobe is red, white, and black. By the way, I think the way we dress is of course, so cultural. Like, I think if I was in, I don't know, Eritrea or even like South Africa or a lot of African countries, they wear like bright colors and it's like really fun. They're not afraid of colors. But then if you go to the Nordics, if you will, right, so Sweden and Norway and stuff like that, they tend to go to the more the haggy, how do you say it? I don't know. But it's more of these neutrals and grays. So it's just kind of fascinating, right? Just fascinating. Is this fun or what? I think we're learning so much. Yes, thank you, Sean. Roman statues were painted wonderfully. I would love to see that. And that's kind of why I created some pieces like that as well, just so you know. And I was like, okay, if these statues are so bright and fun, let's make them bright and fun. Taking something that's kind of okay, and giving it, again, a pop of color, right? Let's take something and let's go the opposite way with it. I made this on a live stream. This one I think I did in Dimension, but you guys get the idea. It's like, you know what? They were full of color, and that's my silly take on it. All right. Psychology of color. Let's play with some design, huh? Shall we, folks? I hope you think this is fun. Like, we're learning so much. I think the meaning of color is fascinating, right? And just because you're wearing black, right, Michelle or myself, like, I'm not depressed. I'm like one of the happiest people ever. Peoples? And I wear I go to the gym and I wear a dark color and then I usually try to do a splash of color. But anyways, the last thing you want to do is judge somebody based on what they wear. And it's like, oh, you've been wearing a lot of black. You must be depressed. No, it's fine. Okay, we wanna see all these colors. We could always take anything that's done with a blend and we could expand those. Right, and now we have these individual colors right in here that we can work with. But I wanted to kind of go with a logo or just like a C. Here we have a fun little C, and actually I don't even think these are all black, right? But here's, we're gonna do 3 different businesses. So we're gonna have a restaurant, which we kind of already know where that one's gonna go. We're gonna have a restaurant, we're gonna have a tech company, and then I need a third, tech company. What's another one that's totally just different? Maybe what we'll do is we'll do like facial, like beauty products. All right, so we'll do that. Nico, you bring up a great point. You said, is it legal that I put 200 plus hours of Adobe tutorials in my curriculum? If you could prove that, that would be awesome. But what's the result of watching those 200 hours? You know, I can watch 200 hours of anything and probably not learn anything. So if you could roll that into a portfolio using the daily creative challenges, that's what I would do. So right in here we have a number of them. We want to do like a restaurant that starts with C. What is it? What are we going to call this? We're going to call this, oops, sorry. Again, this is just it being applied. So this is going to be, since I see her name in chat, and she's always here and always nice and always bragging about how nice the weather is. Carol's. Is that okay? We're going to have Carol's restaurant. Is that okay, Carol? This is for Carol Pearl. Appreciate you. Here's Carol's restaurant that we're going to apply some colors to. First off, we need to constantly be thinking about color as we design. A lot of times you will design in black and white because you need to create something to add color to it. But don't leave it as an afterthought, I guess. Ooh, carnivore. Ooh, what a great, what a great word. So we're going to go with Carol's. Is that okay, Carol? I don't know. Is that all right? Let's ungroup this. I have all these different pieces. I'm going to open up my colors, and I have my swatches over here. I already have this kind of loaded up, and we'll dive right into this. In fact, I think we want to kind of take this outside, and let's just have some fun, folks. Welcome to Friday. It is Friday, everybody, and hopefully you like what's happening. Hopefully this day finds you well. Looks like a French fry. Boom. Sean, that's exactly what I was going for. Kind of has this bendy, fun look like a French fry. So that's what I'm doing with this. I'm not being overly complex with it. But let's go in there. Boom, boom. There we go. We could do Carol's, I don't know, whatever. But there's our first attempt at something, which might work. Looks like French fry. Carol's French fries. Of course, I'd need to change the font. That's a whole other thing. But at least let's go with a sans serif, something with like maybe a little bit more structure, or actually just kind of looks more like that C, right? We want to make sure they look like they came from the same family. Let's do an all caps. Boom. Shrink that down. And it's up to us to decide whether we want this in black or not. Okay. That was pretty easy. Let's kind of move on. Creative, Anika, are we doing more CH talks with me? Like, do you mean creative challenges? So again, this is okay. This is one version I would do. If I want to, let's just say I want to play with these colors. This is my starting point. Let's play with these colors. I can select both of these, and oftentimes I'll go into edit colors and I'll recolor artwork. Okay, so that's when I have a number of colors, and this is the bare minimum number of colors, but I can go into advanced options and click edit. So right in here, I get to go ahead and start to play with, like, what if I tilt that more, just a little bit warmer, or excuse me, yeah, it is warmer, a little bit warmer, right? We could see this actually standing out even more and actually just works better. I get more orange in there, more orange and gold, right? Making it hot, making it hot. Click OK. And there's that. Oh yeah, clubhouses, sorry. CH, I guess I'm not down with the slang yet. But yes, the plan is to do more. I've been busy and I've been setting up a lot of things. So that's the situation. All right. What would we do for a tech company? Yeah. Anytime I have lots of shapes, by the way, like I have a number of shapes, I'm like, maybe I want all of these to be different colors, and I still have a C, so I need somebody else's name that starts with a C that's here. So if your name starts with a C, feel free to say something in chat so I can make you the CEO of your very own tech company. How about that? All right. You guys have seen me use this. Ooh, bits and bytes. I like that. This is great. Like, these look like little bits. Man, Rick, can I hire you to do all my marketing? But I see all these little pieces. I could jump in and I could just like select one and then go over here and select another, right? Do all that jazz. Or I could just try to surprise myself. Ooh, we could do shades of gray. So some people are thinking blues and grays. I just wanted to kind of do this really fast. I could select all of these. I could select black to all these grays. We'll go to edit, file. And you guys know I use this all the time, but I like this script the best because I'm like, you know what? I just need to fill this with some random colors. Like, surprise me, Illustrator. Show me something. Random swatches fill. That's what it does, right? If another way of doing this is going through and mapping each one of these. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I could add some more. So let's just add some more, shall we? Let's take this up a little bit. Zoop. Very scientific. All right, I'm going to show you this. Check this out. This is going to be even more important. Random swatches fail. I'll stop singing. Okay, so what I could do is go ahead and make how many? 7 colors. I have 6. Let's just do one more really fast. And again, this isn't that scientific, but I don't want this to take all day because we're going to try out this idea that may or may not work. But here are all of our colors. Let's take this entire folder. Let's just move it up a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. And yep, largest thumbnail. Here's all my colors. I'll just go through and just start selecting these. Key thing I'm going to do right in here is change this. Change this. Again, I'm being pretty exact because it's a computer. I got to tell it what to do, right? I got to go ahead and do all those colors, and now we can see that it's like making that transition. All right. So here we have all these colors. These aren't standing out. I'm not reading that white. If I'm making a logo, I have to be concerned with the printability and what is it going to look like really small on like a business card, right? All those different scenarios. Do I consider actually jumping in and giving everything a little bit of a stroke, for instance? Does that help it? I think it does. Okay. Yes, you can grab colors from an image right from within InDesign. And you could do the same thing in Illustrator as well. Okay, so you could totally do that. I think this is okay. Let's say, again, I want to change this. I would probably go into, let's just try recolor artwork. We'll go to advanced options. There's my grays. I'd want to uniformly give them all color. But since they're all gray, they're all smack dab in the middle. So this is kind of hard, to be honest with you. I guess there's no easy way to map these colors. So let's try this. We're going to try something and see if it works. We're going to do this really fast. Again, I think today I'm going to learn something. I mean, I'm learning things all the time, by the way. Like, I don't know anything, by the way, typically. All right, so let's just do this blend. There's our lovely blend. We'll take this shape, and what we're going to do is we're going to rasterize it. Again, we're just going to try this out. So different ways we could do this. We could do a blending mode. That would work. Sure, we could totally do that. I don't know if you guys want to learn how to do that or not. I was just thinking of, since we're on the subject, let's rasterize this, right? So now it's actually a bitmap, okay? Just so you know, I just turned this into a bitmap, right? So since it's a bitmap, and since you guys were talking about sort of remapping colors based on an image, we can now take all of these. Let's go to recolor artwork and color theme picker. Here we are, and we could draw a line or just click. Why did it not do it? What did I just do, guys? Yeah, that's right. Boom, boom. Edit colors, recolor artwork, color theme picker, pick. There we go. So it did it. Picked that color. Ah, it works. There you are. You're welcome. That's amazing. Guys, we figured it out. I was like, I want this nice color transition. I wanted to turn all those gray ones into blues, And I wadded all those various levels. Let's actually do this one more time too. Let's take this, and this one is just going to be, let's just do a different blue. Maybe that's a little bit more electric. This one I'm just going to rasterize. And let's do that again. And now we're just going to use a single image because we're really pushing this new feature of edit colors, recolor artwork, color theme picker, clicking once. Yeah, it does it. Oh yeah, it does do it. Look at that. I don't know if I have quite the same range, but yeah, we don't have the same range when I used a solid color. So my point here is, if you do want to, say, remap colors based on a new gradient, rasterize it, and then make sure you use recolor artwork. Is that not amazing or what? There we go. Once we have this as a color, right? We'll get rid of that. Here's our reference, so we'll just push that to the top. I think this is amazing. Taking this, now that it's a color, we can go into recolor artwork, hit advanced, right? It's all looking a little bit too purpley, right? And I want it more green, grass, like just a little bit more safe. But we could take these and just pull these over, and now we're getting more of those, obviously those greenish teal type colors. Click OK, we're done. Okay, let's move on. Caroline Haynes. This is Caroline. Carolyn Tech. I don't know, because that seems like maybe use like a Futura. Let's make this bold. Doing fast logos, Carolyn Tech. Something, I don't know. Just playing around, but there you go. They're all named after somebody in chat, right? You guys get the idea. I'm not crazy about this one. It's okay. It seems very 90s. Ooh, beauty products. Is this not fun, everyone? And by the way, I have this huge, this is my big problem, is working with colors in here. So we're gonna get to this big thing. What do I do? Help me. Right, so that's gonna be really fun. Taking something easy at first and then going into something a little bit more advanced. Curvaceous. By the way, like a number of ways to make this symbol, if you guys are interested. Take this, move this down. We will make this just a different color so we could see it nice and clear. There it is. We could go to, you could do a blend. Somebody mentioned a blend. Here's another thing we can try. Well, I was going to do a transform. It's not quite going to work because of the center point. But let's make 7 copies of this, and we're going to rotate it maybe 15 degrees each time. Nope, that's not enough. 45 degrees. Boom. It goes all the way around. And then I got to be able to space that out even more. This is what I forgot how to do. Okay, center point. It's been a while. Work with me, people. So that is for another day. Because why? I reestablished the center point. Now we'll go to Effect, Distort and Transform. We'll transform this around that new center point. I don't know. Yeah, I still need to work on this. That's for another day, but you guys get the idea. All right, let's move on. Ooh, Corey Davis, thank you so much. Corey, we're going to have Corey's beauty products or something just to honor you, man. You nailed it. What am I even thinking? Help me. Jeez. I'm so sorry. Thanks, Corey. Huh. Help me. All right, so here's our shape. He's like, hey, Paul, remember that new thing that you did a whole live stream on? Maybe try radial repeat. Ugh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Stretch that out. Why was I making this? I was doing it the old way, right? Who's been guilty of that, right? We can have that start, have it end, control those points, control the number of them as well. So if we want more or less, right, it's doing the obvious. Oh yeah, I could do that, Manu. But this is the best way. So thank you so much, man. I can't believe I forgot all about this. Thank you so much. You're a genius, right? But here it is, and you guys get the idea. I would have to break it apart if I want to treat each one individually. But thank you so much. Shout out to Corey. This is my hero. Bam. Good job, Corey. Boom. Corey's a genius. All right, let's move on. Thank you so much for making my life easier, and thank you, of course, Illustrator, for doing that as well. All right, so let's move on to this last one. We have some lovely beauty products. And again, it's all about using colors with purpose. This is another one, honestly. Let's ungroup this. Okay. All right, let's get to work, people. We got work to do. I'm going to show you, like, this is what our life is all about, is doing this stuff. I'm going to get into global colors here momentarily, but let's just go ahead and I'm just going to create 3 colors, or even use some of these. I don't care, right? So this is the thing. I'm going to pick some of these random colors, and I can make these as well. But if I go double click on this pink, right, we could see that this is a global color. So this means I could change it later. It doesn't even matter that much, right? I can make that a global, as long as that's checked and it's a global color, hey, I could change it later. So I'll select this one, this one, this one, this one. Or maybe actually this one, this one. I'm thinking about the light and how this would maybe hit this piece. Let's make all those pink. Let's go to the one in the middle for all of those. Make that blue, or actually purple. And we'll go to this last one. There we go. All right, already I think this looks good for beauty products, right? But thank you, Mayor. Let me show you what a global color is right now. So but right in here, I made this logo. This is very feminine, right? Because we're using these soft feminine colors, right? So pinks tend to be associated, tend to be more feminine, or even a little bit more like childlike. Like you have a soft baby blue, as we call it, and then we have a pink. But the cool thing about this global color is if I double click on it and I decide I want this to be even more pink, I'll just turn on preview, bam. And now, since it's a global color, I'm able to change it. So you can see that changing because it's a global color. And that's what it does. Everything is tied back to this global color. That's what this little notch is. It says, hey, you know what? I'm signified as being a global color. So I want to beef that up. I can do like so. Same thing for any one of these. I don't even have to select anything. It's just a matter of changing it in my swatches panel. Again, cranking that up. Just turn on preview is all you have to do. Shift that a little bit. This last one. Again, I don't know why I'm selecting the color on the canvas, but go in here. We can go ahead and beef that up as well. So we cranked those all up and they're good to go. Yes, that's always fun. Let's do Corey. I know it's like beauty products. We'll do Corey Cosmetics. Right, we want this to seem very elegant and delicate. For one, I probably wouldn't use Futura. We want something with like a little bit more character. But what I definitely want is I'd want a thin font like what I have here, Corey Cosmetics. I'd do something like this, maybe make it larger, put it over here, right? And make it one of those colors, probably this one. And there's Corey Cosmetics. I don't know, for what it's worth. Right? So if you want to make something look elegant, and I know this gets away from color a little bit, you make it thin and then you adjust the spacing between the letters. So crank that up to say 20, space that out, or even more, honestly, you got to play with it. But just give it a lot of breathing room, like, oh, it's so elegant and nice, right? Very cool. I know we're talking about logo design. This might be the primary logo, but then I would probably have a secondary logo where this is maybe above it, like so. Because what if I want a secondary logo? Because it's going to be one of the sponsors at a conference. Okay, this would get overwhelmed once it's small. So I would have a second logo that I would submit to the conference organizers, where I wouldn't have any spacing. Right, I'd get rid of that. Make this probably a little bit more bold. Right. Right, whatever that means, just a little bolder. You guys get the idea. So it shows up better in those small situations. Maybe I'd even do something like that where it's stacked. Okay, so we have our primary, our secondary, and then our like tertiary logo, which might just be the C, right? To go on the bottom of packaging or something like that. Adding a stroke of pink would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. I would probably think of like, why would I do that? But I would totally try that. And I think it's a great idea. It's like, I just picked 3 colors and then I moved on, right? Because I wanted something kind of soft and kind of a little bit more elegant and feminine. But if I want to play with colors, because I'm thinking, oh, maybe this isn't the right thing to go with, again, what do? I'll go right over here to edit colors and recolor artwork, okay? Just hit advanced, right? And we could take those colors and start playing with them, which is what I want to do with my main piece now as well. But right in here, we can shift those, try something new. Maybe they're bolder, maybe they're lighter, like so. But this is where you'll spend most of your time. You'll play with this. This is what I would do. I would play with this, maybe take this, unlink this pink, and crank it up because I want that pink to stand out more. But I would probably go crazy just playing with this too much. And then I'd have to take a break, go away, come back, and then look at them again. I can't tell you how important it is to just like take breaks. If you're hitting a wall, you would think that working harder is smarter, and it's not. So when you're undecided or don't know what to do, you could try to force your way through it. But the best thing to do, in my opinion, is just to take a break. And this comes from a workaholic, so it's taken me years to learn that breaks are good. Okay, but that's all I'm doing is playing with these. By the way, we have all these colors over here. You might not have these same colors. So again, I can click on these. Let's try brightness. Let's try Renaissance. Let's try pastels. Let's go back to the grays, right? We have all these capabilities. The reason I have these color groups is because I've already loaded them into Illustrator right down here. So again, I don't have to sort of start from scratch. I can go to all these wonderful libraries. Okay, so right in here. Art, history, celebration, colors. We have these earth tone. So if I want this brand to maybe evoke something more natural, let's open up the earth tone color swatches. And this is what we get right in here. And again, this might just be a starting point, right? But we can actually use this. I usually take those, I'll drop them right in here. And that's my new set, right? I could take a couple of these. Let's take 2, right? I'm still not crazy about this set, so we can go into some others, right? Like I said, I talked about corporate. Let's see what we have for corporate. Oh yeah, plenty of blues in there. It's blues and grays for corporate. Yeah, exactly what I would expect. Let's go into foods. The same thing we talked about, right? Let's go into nature. Here we go. Ooh, let's go into flowers. There we go. We get pops of color. Let's grab this one. Let's grab this one. And we'll grab this one, right? Loading them all in. Keep in mind that these are not, what are these? These are not global colors, right? So just just think about that. You could always take a set and you want to make this a global color. Oops, you don't want to change the color of it, but you want to make this one a global color. Just double click on it and check that box. This is checked by default if you're on the latest Creative Cloud. If you're in earlier versions, like prior to, say, 3 years ago, then it might not do that. All right, so let's move on. I got to get on my design, by the way. So again, once I do that, just to show you what would happen, edit colors, recolor artwork, advanced options, we could see they're all the ones that I loaded in are right here. So I could say, hey, iris, violet, right? Trying all these different ones, different iterations is awesome, right? Cool. Cool. That looks good. Clicking OK. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Welcome. Let's get to my problem. Now that we've created all these wonderful, we just attempted to sort of apply some color, or how I'd apply color based on the subject matter. The key thing is we're always using color with purpose. It's never to decorate a page or decorate a logo. Oh, throw some color there. No. Chances are you probably are using the right color as a designer. Like, you're probably picking the right color. But what our school taught me is like what color to use, or the reason why I was using that color. So your instinct is X, right? And you need that when you go into a meeting. Oh, why'd you pick that color? What's your answer going to be? So do everything with purpose. Right in here, we'll go back to this. We made this last week, but now we could apply some color to it again. And it's not perfect. It already has some color with it. Okay, as you can see. But just to point out, your swatches panel is going to be different per file, okay, which is nice, okay, because these could be pretty heavy. Like this pattern, this swatches pattern is probably pretty large because it's actually full of vectors. So this panel, even though unassuming, can get really heavy for your Illustrator file. So anytime somebody says, oh, my Illustrator file is too big, I'm like, you know what? Look at swatches. Look at your brushes. Is there anything that you aren't using, right? And get rid of it. All right, just FYI. Now that I've gone off that tangent. This is what I did in here. Like, these are all just a bunch of grays, right? That's what's being used in here. But if we take a look, let's take a look at this. I'm like, wow, is this just a regular old white? No, it's not a regular old white. If we select it, oh, look. It's actually saying, hey, you know what? I'm actually this white right here, okay? So what I can do, I could do a number of things, by the way, but what I would do then is take this, maybe double click on it, and since this is a global color, we can add a little bit of, oh, that looks nice. Oh, just a little, just like a splash of yellow. See how that made that look different, right? Does this help? Does it not? I don't know. Okay, I bought a journal based on how to steal like an artist. Oh, Steven. And I'm back, sorry. I have that journal as well. I was trying to grab it, but steal like an artist, there you go, right? Austin Cleon, he also says, show your work. This I'd put an asterisk on saying, you know what? Show your work, show it to the right people, you know? At least in terms of like the opinions you accept, just be mindful with that because that's your work and, you know, I want you to be safe. All right, so we have this. We could jazz all of this up and have so much fun, but these are all global colors. So watch me just jump in. Yeah, let's just throw some color in here. Let's make this RGB. Let's turn on preview. What color is that? Turning that on. Oh, that's all these lovely highlights, right? So we'll just, it technically is this little pink guy. Oh, it looks so good, right? I'm into this. Like, again, we'll make it look a little warm. Since I'm picking colors, I want these two colors to be the same, like in the same family. So I'm gonna lean this pink more to just a warmer pink, right? Because it's gonna match better than this off pink, in my opinion, right? So again, they're all kind of in the same family, if you will. Click OK. There, that's changed. What's this color all about? Let's take a look at it. No, I just call it lighter. I think this actually has to do with my, the overall. Okay. What am I doing right now? You think I'm picking colors at random? No, this is going to be for, I'm just doing an elegant wallpaper. This is actually the accents around these elements. I could go with straight black, which would just mean boring, right? Half the time black's kind of boring. Not always, but it's very much... Black is the default line stroke, so it looks like there was no thought that went into this. But as I start to change it, right, I'm thinking, you know what, let's make a warm stroke that's still within the same family as that yellow, and this starts to look a little bit better. Click OK. Right, we're just playing with this. It's still very loud. Look at the difference between this gray and this color. It's like not working. So again, we'll just jump in and play with this last color, right? We can warm it up, right? And now they're kind of all part of the same family, right? These warm colors, right? We're adding all them as sort of like the same family, as you can see, like so. Click OK. Let's actually take the blacks too. Maybe this... Again, black is a default color. Like, did you even play with it? Did you do anything? Did you even do anything in there? Oh yeah, turn on preview. Right. Get something ugly. It's okay. You know what? A lot of times, and like I said, I've been struggling with color lately on this piece. You could use these different drop downs as well. I've been doing RGB, but there's hue, saturation, and brightness. I know this color is too saturated, right? So rather than messing with RGB, jump into the saturation, pull that saturation down. And that's ultimately what I want. Maybe I want to make it warmer or cooler, right? But that's starting to look better, as we can see. It's not as jarring or as intense of a color. Oh yeah, there we go. Click OK. I don't know, not bad. Definitely different. Do you guys like it? Let me know what you think. I'm gonna see if I could go ahead and duplicate this. Wish me luck on this, in this situation, folks. Let's do this one more time. Let's take it here. Boom. Copy, paste, cross your fingers. Merge add swatches. All right, so I went ahead and duplicated the design by duplicating the artboard. Now we're going to take all of these and hey, let's have some fun in here because recolor artwork is, again, a godsend. Let's go to advanced options. Right in here, we can see a number of colors that are being used. Right, look at all these. Some hidden little graphic in there is giving me all these colors. And guess what? You know what? Let's sandwich them down to 5. Boom, sandwiches them down. Oh, yeah, it's atrocious. Not to worry, right? I don't even have any color groups, but I can go in here and like unlock this. And this is typically what I'll use. I'll like bring this down, bring down that brightness, bring this back down to like where it needs to be. Hitting that lock, maybe rotating it and trying some different options, right? Again, not great. I get it, not that great, folks. Look at that. Let's unlock this one. Let's make that back to the pink because I think that's a strong contender. And again, we're just working on this. Are these color menus available in Photoshop and InDesign? Swatches are, but the recolor artwork is not. Okay. Okay. Don't have time to do much more, but let's do classical painting. I got 1 minute. I'm just going to grab the Mona Lisa. Hey, why not? Copy image. Yeah, let's bring her in here. I'm like, you know what? Oh, dang it. Okay, I just made a copy. That's okay. There she is. Right now that I have the Mona Lisa for this one. Ba-ba. How fast can we do this? Because I want this classical. Guess what? Color theme picker. Click. And it obviously changed it. We can click and drag to just get like these brighter colors down here. Those warm tones. And you guys get the idea. Right, it's changing it. It's not doing the best job, but that's why we have advanced options. Click right there. We kind of stole colors from the Mona Lisa, and we can change those colors as well. So hopefully you guys get the idea for different ways to use color. And hopefully this was inspiring to you. You guys get the idea. I'll click OK. And we'll see what I come up with. Just like watch my, I guess, Instagram to see what I end up with. But thanks so much, guys. Hopefully this was fun. Oh, I'm glad you think it was so much fun, right? Drunk Tank Pink. I don't know what that is. But stick around. It's going to be a fun day. We have master classes. We got Terry White up next. Going to be fantastic, working some Lightroom, daily creative challenges. Also, I'll be back with some Photoshop magic, which will be awesome. So thanks so much, everybody. Remember, be kind to one another. Have fun with color. Don't be scared of it. And most of all, have a beautiful day. And we'll see you shortly as we play with brushes in Photoshop in ways you probably wouldn't expect. So it's going to be fun. Thanks so much, Carol, and everyone. You guys are fantastic. And I miss you already, but I'll see you in an hour and a half. Thanks.